It says I'm live, but I'm going to double check.
I see live.
You would think the barbarian could tell me that there's a notification, but apparently I'm not notified on his YouTube. So
it just notified me that you're live.
There you go. Thank you.
Yeah.
Since my partner here doesn't have the bell rung for me.
I guess I should have the bell rung.
Yeah, you think you should, since that's kind of.
I got a text message. I got a text message from you that says you sent me the invite.
That was like 30 minutes ago.
Things are catching up, here in the dungeon.
So, you guys have any fun things happen the last couple of days? Anything fun, new, exciting in your worlds?
Coronavirus.
I heard that there was this thing that they're calling a pandemic.
Pandemic.
I heard that.
I've heard it called a pandemic. I think that's just like they've been waiting so long to say that and be like not arrested that there's a pandemic. And they say there's a pandemic, like every is it every 100 years there's like a pandemic that wipes out like whatever portion of the civilization.
Well, when was the Spanish flu? What was that, like 1918?
Something like that.
Our historian here to my
something like that. Yeah.
And then in 1818 there was like the Black Death or something.
And then like before that there was stuff.
There was all kinds of people dying like in the 1700s too.
Yeah.
Then we had AIDS in the 90s. That almost took us all out.
That's not a pandemic.
we could discuss that, but it would probably upset people. Yeah, no, I mean H1N1 was a very deadly virus, so it just didn't have social media power behind it. So no good comics. What's happening, Nemo? There's a creep in the room.
Is it me?
He's on the right. I don't know which right he's talking about. So it's either me or you. But since he's never said something about a creep before, I assume
it must be me. Process of elimination.
I've never heard him discuss the said creep, but I assume Nemo is not at work tonight. He could have jumped on here because I
don't know. He said something about like the government shutting down everything, so maybe he's just like, I'm not going to work anymore.
I know here in New Jersey, the movie theaters all closed. They're closed like for good.
I mean, I wouldn't go. I even have free passes, and I'm not going to go. Not right now, anyway. There's nothing good.
I mean, there's some things I think you should probably be smart about. Like, I don't think. Sorry, Mo. I know this is like his income, but I don't know if movies is a very important thing right now. So that's probably not a bad idea. Just skip things like movies.
Well, plus so many people go to the movies, and it's not like they're sanitizing the seats and stuff in the movie theater.
Is this true, Mo? Are you guys not spraying down the movie seats every single time?
Of course not. They just sweep. They sweep up the popcorn.
If you're lucky, they sweep up. I don't know. I've had some sticky floors and crunchy shit underneath my feet.
They clean up after all the little Pee Wee Hermans of the world. Disinfect. Yeah.
That's a time for another story. We'll do it after this is off. I'll give you my Peep Show story. It scarred me for life. Let's just go with that.
You have a Pee Wee Herman story?
I have a Peep Show story. I grew up on
in a movie theater story. Tell the world. I want to hear.
Ka-chung, what's happening? Bake the snake. What is happening? Just discussing, I don't know. This issue says there's some kind of virus sweeping the world. I haven't heard anything about it, so I know nothing about it at all. So we are going to stay open until the government tells us to stop. At our sponsors tonight, the Eye Source for all your eye care needs, located in beautiful Frisco, Texas. And when everybody else is closed, we'll be open. Hint, hint. I think we saw a little of that.
Sailing there. Sailing is very important.
I think we saw a little of that today because the phone rang way more than I was expecting it to. It's a little interesting phone calls. Stuff like, "Are you guys clean?" I thought that was interesting. So I'm not going to say no, we're not. But yes, we sanitize alcohol pads and we spray Lysol, and we've always done that, so we haven't really changed. Comic book NYC, what's happening? So Zap is going to open on Wednesday. Are they going to run the books out to your car?
No, as of right now, they're business as usual. Stores open for customers.
There you go, America. There you go, America.
I know one of the other LCSs that I usually go to when I'm in the area, Gotham Underground and Ramsey. I know that they're closing the store, but they're gonna be shipping comic books to anybody who wants comics. So if you want comic books from them and you message them what comic books you're looking for, they'll ship you any of the new releases. They're just not gonna allow you to come to the shop.
Dang. See, that's when a pull list comes in handy. But even if you don't have a pull list, if you call Gotham Underground up and you tell them these are the comic books I'm looking for, they'll get them in the mail to you first thing Wednesday, and you'll have them before the end of the week. Yeah, that's pretty awesome. As long as the mail keeps going.
Hey, Future, we don't start until you get in here, so you're not late. Yeah, but say I know one of our Wolf, what's happening? One of our guys who live in Canada, I think they're doing that NYC with the like drive up, basically, bring the books out to your car. It was a little bit weird because like you guys all know, I work at an eye doctor's office. And it was really weird to watch people come pick up their glasses, and then when you hand them to them, like they don't know what to do because they don't want to like get too close, but they got to grab them from me. So then by the end, I was just putting on the table, and I'm kind of stepping back, and they're kind of stepping back, look like a movie. Like, I don't touch it, you don't touch it. It's almost like we're waiting for the cops to, arrest us or something. And then they put it on there. I was like, "How does it look?" They're like, "Fine." I'm like, "You need any adjustments?" "Oh, I'll wear them for a few days and I'll let you know." And I was like, "Yeah, I didn't think you wanted me to get all up in there and adjust those."
I'll wait until they have an antidote, and then I'll get them adjusted. That was funny though today. Like I said, it was the first time I'd gone out like to a store because I've been working, so all I do is work and sleep. But I went to Walmart today, and I never like consciously thought about how many times you touch your face during a day, especially with a big old beard, because I swear it feels like it just crawls around on your face all day long. And so I kept going like this, like every time I felt something. I put
that in the chat. One of our brothers in the comic book thing, he's a doctor. I put that in the chat that now that I make sure I don't touch my face, even though, I mean, my hands are going to break out from all the sanitizer and stuff. Because I have to handle all the money and everything. And it's like, now that I know it's there, I feel like the whole day I was like this. Like I was like, yeah, it just felt like my face was on fire. Just like it was, and it was like the really bad one where it almost felt like it hurts if you don't scratch. I'm like, what in the world?
There's bugs all over me.
All right, I will say this: I am obviously not a doctor, not even close, but I'm a historian, which does not help at all in this situation. However, I will say that I see a lot of people on Instagram talking about like, "Oh, what's the big deal? Wait 2 weeks." If you think in 2 weeks is all going to be back to normal, I don't.
Definitely not.
Not happening. So if you haven't prepared, it might be too late, but just relax. And hopefully if everybody will quit rushing the stores, they will be able to restock, and then we'll be able to be nice and calm and go get stuff when you need it. But it's not going to be 2 weeks. So
I think people are going to realize over the next 2 weeks that they need to calm down a little bit, because they're going to find out that this is going to stretch well into the summertime, and that you have to get used to your way of life is going to change for the slight foreseeable future. And so you have to plan accordingly.
Yeah. And then, obviously you can't, if you wait around for the federal government or whoever else to bail you out, they move extremely slow, guys. So just remember that it's not going to be like tomorrow you're going to get a big fat check in the bank to help you through this. So just be aware, and don't be too scared, and say you're never going to leave your house again. But at the same time, there's no reason to go to the movies or I think a bar. The people who are sending stuff on Instagram about how they're partying up in Las Vegas, not sure that's the greatest idea, but hey, maybe it's a way to weed out some of those ones who would go to Las Vegas to party. Just saying. Joe4771, what's happening? Yeah, I would say if it wasn't for the fact, until the wife started her practice, I had little human contact as possible. And I don't just mean because my kids are little. So this is not going to affect me at all as far as not being able to see people.
Yeah, same here.
I'm not really a social butterfly. I tend to not talk whenever I'm in a social situation. So the social part is not going to bother me. The running out of money will affect me way before that.
Yeah, I've never been one to let people like get into my personal space. Like if you're more than 3 foot, like closer than 3 foot to me, you're too close, and I start to just like back off a little bit. Like, hey, well, easy. Yeah. Some good stuff this week, though.
Yeah, we do have stuff this week. I can show some stuff first. So I actually, like an idiot, decided to break my ban of not buying stuff a couple of days before I'll probably not have a job anymore. So that's fantastic. That's a great comic book collector. So I heard about Strange Academy. So of course I went and bought one early. I then read it and didn't need to buy it. So it is not good in my opinion.
Instantly regretted buying it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it wasn't good. It just feels like one of those stories that I get my kids, honestly. Like sometimes they have book fairs, you know what I mean? And I get my kids those books at book fairs, and they're usually not like canon at all. They're just like goofy stuff. And that's kind of what this feels like, where it's like everybody who's magical will appear as a teacher. It's kind of like Harry Potter, but not in a good way, meets the Marvel magic world. It wasn't too tremendous. I'm a Star Wars fan, so I had to get this. I mean, I guess first print would be cool, but I got third print because I just wanted it for the story. So I was able to get this. Now I'm not going to pay like $50 for it. And then I couldn't help myself because everyone kept getting stuff, so I had to at least get one of the only ones I could afford. So I got Strange Tales 171, Brother Voodoo.
Oh, nice.
It's a pretty cool cover. So that is what I picked up at my comic shop.
Does Brother Voodoo have lightning bolt suspenders on?
They look like, I'm not going to say what they look like. We'll go diamonds. We'll go black diamonds.
But I mean, that is so freaking, I mean,
you almost got
stylish right there. I've been debating, going for the suspender look for years, being a big guy, drop the belt, just go full on suspenders.
My dad, he goes suspenders. It's not a good look. He also has a big beard like you. Dad, if you're watching, apologize. The suspenders is not a good look. Of course, he's a Texan, so sometimes he got the big old like hat. Now it's not a cowboy hat, but he still likes the big old hat. And he's got a big old cigar hanging out of his mouth. Oh, he goes full ham. He goes full ham.
He pull it off like Brother Voodoo does, where he's shirtless with suspenders. Because I'm talking about shirtless with suspenders there. I'm talking about hanging all out.
He also rides the big old Harley, so you got to put that into the picture. So it's like the full on. It's it.
Oh, it's a good thing he's got suspenders on, or else everybody behind him would be upset. All that vibration. Let your pants fall down a little bit.
Chris is dark but still funny. That pretty much wraps up Issue since I've known him.
Yeah, that's how it works. That's my shtick.
All right, Barbarian, what did you pick up this week?
Oh, I got some good stuff. First off, I'll thank my wife for this. My wife's a bit of a hunter too. She works at CVS, and she hooked us up with the mega pack of Cottonelle.
The employees are hoarding all the toilet paper.
Each roll is like 2 rolls. And oh man, I'm talking about the softest stuff and the biggest stuff. And we have plenty of it. But no, I got a bunch of comics, but the first thing I'll show is not a comic because I like showing random shit that I find at Goodwill. And for $3, I found a pair of Oakley ski goggles. They're actually real Oakley brand. And on eBay, they sell, not people asking, but they sell for like $70. So for $3, I got these, and I'm gonna sell them on eBay.
You should wear them when you go hunting.
I
Yeah.
should wear them right now. I'll wear them it's just to keep the fluids out of my eyes.
I can confirm that Oakley fanboys are fanboys for life. Like I even seen some of the patients who ask us about we have Oakleys, we don't, and they'll show me their Oakley tattoo. That's how serious they are about it. It's crazy.
Wow. Yeah, these are even like blue. They're fake, like faux blue jean. They even have like a little tiny blue jean pocket on them where you could stick your weed.
No, well, you can stick your skiing things, not necessarily weed.
Your sex wax.
Dash here's comics.
Did you say Drosser Stabbers is here?
Yes.
Love it.
Droch here's however you say his name.
So I found. I'll show some of the stuff. I'm not going to show everything.
Only is in here. He's never in here. He's always listening to fuchsias.
I showed you all the gigantic stack that I got from Metarog, and I'm not going to show all those because it's way too much stuff. But this first stuff, I got this from my LCS on Wednesday or Thursday, and it's just dollar bin stuff. I got another copy of Spectacular Spider-Man as a newsstand. So I'm trying to get a newsstand and a direct of both of these, of all three of them, you know. And for $1, I couldn't say no, right? And this was kind of weird. I didn't have. It's a Spectacular Spider-Man 229. Oh, let me sit it down so you can see. It has a plastic cover. Oh, wow, look.
Oh, that's cool.
Dude, I was actually I was a little bit weirded out by the size of the one Spider-Man behind the other one. I didn't realize it was a plastic cover. That makes sense now.
Yeah, and it's in really nice shape.
I thought one of them had like Liefeld boobs or something.
It almost, yeah, he totally does kind of have that proportion, misguided proportions. I also got these. There was a bunch of Spider-Man stuff. Final Adventure #1, the shiny cover to that, and then #2 is also a shiny cover. And I never read these before, and I never even seen them, so I figured, hey, for $1 each, what can you do? And I found this cool Clayton Crane Ghost Rider for #6.
Oh, Ghost Rider sucks.
That's pretty cool. Ghost Rider or Clayton Crane has a really weird art style. It reminds me of like Resident Evil. I don't know why. And then I got this Spider-Man Hawkeye Marvel Team Up
Very
22
cool.
for $5. And it's in really nice shape. So that's what I got from my LCS. The LCS store. And
let's see some Metarog books.
you want to see some Metarog books next? Okay.
Metarog, we're gonna judge you based on these books you send.
Yeah, we're gonna judge you
for $1.
This is what I got from him.
Jesus. So
I bought these from him for $1, and he threw these in for free. At least I think so, because they weren't wrapped. They were all wrapped separate. But one of them was X Factor, whatever this is, #100, shiny cover. I thought that was funny. I'm not going to show them all because that's just ridiculous.
Why not? What else do we have to do?
it's like 40.
Hey, speak for yourself. I still have to go to work tomorrow.
There's some good ones. I got a Captain Marvel. This is #35 was in there for Kachung. And then on the back of it is Fantastic Four 149.
Oh, you're double bagging the bangers.
No, that's not me. That's Metal. You got to make the most of your packing.
Well,
as much as you can.
The Fantastic Four is missing somebody on it to be a banger.
Giant size Captain Marvel #1.
I'm starting to really dislike Captain Marvel. I don't know if it's because of Kachung or what, but I'm starting to really dislike it.
It has Master of the World on the back. I don't even know what the hell that is. What else is there? There's some Justice League of America. It's all DC stuff. I don't know. Freedom, somebody. This is cool. Deathlock, where he's got the Punisher skull on him.
I actually have that one. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I have a couple of them too. I got a reprint of the first appearance of him And then whatever that's a reprint of. For $1, I don't know. Oh, this is cool. Oh yeah, this is cool. I'll pull that out. He told me about this. One of them had a poster on the back of it. He's just like, oh, it's just a poster. But when I open it up, it's pretty cool. This is Adventures into Fear number 13, and it's got like this hole in the corner. But I needed this for my run, and this was one of the reasons that I wanted to buy it. So even though it's in really crappy shape,
Anyway,
the cover is completely detached. But
anyway, see, I like a lot of things. I just always dislike the things my friends like because it's funny. So
this is the first appearance of Iron Man.
there you go.
That was just thrown in there. Some Tarzan. Here's a detective.
I feel like this is back to our roots, our original Hunter show with like 1,000 books for like $1.
Detective Comics number something or other. 817.
Before you sold out and started selling all your books for 50 cents.
It was funny when I bid on $1, no one else bid on it, and somebody wrote into the chat because I got it in an auction. Somebody wrote in the chat like, "Yeah, Barbarian's trying to stock up on his freebie books for his auction."
Yes.
Like, yeah, 90% of these are just gonna get face down. You never know. This is cool though. This is another one. It's Marvel Comics Presents 171. And I needed this for my run too. So I got 2 books out of here that I actually have been hunting for that I needed.
You're collecting Ford Sports?
Number 1 and Team America.
I love Team America.
America! Fuck yeah! Some more Justice League. Warlord number 2. And some Thanos, number 11. This is a newer one. You like this issue? It's got.
Oh, I love that. It's got Lockjaw on it.
It's got Lockjaw on it.
Isn't he dead?
No, he's not dead.
This one, I didn't see him show this, and when I saw it in here, I was so happy. It's Buckaroo Banzai number 1.
Buckaroo Banzai was such a cool movie.
That is a good movie, Buckaroo Banzai.
And then it's got Man from Atlantis, which I've never heard of, but
I don't know, the Buckaroo Banzai, that's the shit.
I told somebody in the chat when I was buying these they could have this. So if that person wants this, you need to reach out to me on Instagram and remind me who you were.
I need to go get that Buckaroo Banzai.
You can have it. It also has
the other movie.
Delivered Travels looking. Got what's that? Jim Shooter? Is that Shooter that's on there? I think that's who it is.
It's like a boot with Peter Parker.
Sergeant Fury, and then some more Sergeant Fury. I'm just going through the whole thing now. This is a cool cover. Fantastic Four 155.
I like that one.
Yeah.
I don't have a lot of Fantastic Four because I don't really collect it. You know what I'm saying? There's an Iron Man, Ultimate Iron Man number 1 that's all metallic and reflective.
Oh, that's kind of cool. If it wasn't for Iron Man sucking, there you go, NYC, another one.
I had never seen that before. Here's DC Sampler. This was free. It says so.
Is that DC Sampler going into your collection?
No. Neither is Justice Society or Superman. But Spitting Image number 1 and Spitting Image number 2.
I've never seen those books.
Very well might be. You've never seen a Spitting Image?
Yeah, obviously I have.
What else is there? Oh, these were cool too. It's John Carter, Warlord of Mars, and this is number 3, and then this is number 2. And I have a number 1, but I've never read it because I was like, why?
I would say that movie gets a bad rap, but that doesn't mean it was good though. But that movie gets a bad rap.
I enjoyed that movie.
Yeah, I thought it was fine.
William Shatner's Text World.
Does he narrate it for you? Because I don't want to know what happens.
I don't know. That guy's supposed to look like William Shatner though, and I don't buy it.
Okay, so William Shatner decided what he looked like on that cover.
No, make me look tougher.
Square that jaw up a little bit, please.
There's a bunch of them in this pack. I don't know. I think these were just some shit that he was like, I need to fill up space in it. It's like what, the X? Is that what this is?
I got all those number 1s from that.
It says X23 on it. It's X20. This is the first appearance.
First appearance.
Yeah, true. X23. It says it right there. And then here's X24. Oh wow, I never noticed that. It's got barbed wire on it. Pamela Anderson's a babe.
Don't say anything about super chats because then Barbarian's gonna start. Never mind.
And not one, but 2 copies of Wildstar.
I actually think that's a really cool cover. I like that Wild Star. That's all that blood. I think that's kind of a cool cover.
And not to be sold short, but Wildstar number 2 and number 3. So Metarog, thank you. You hooked it up on that one. But I want to show you the poster that he the poster is on the back of this Superman book that I don't know anything about.
Hold on.
But the poster is awesome. I do like it. It's a wizard poster. And see if I can get the whole thing in there. It's the Incredible Hulk, not just strangers die of AIDS. It didn't say that. Not just strangers die of AIDS. That's fucking awesome.
It's so weird that that's our second AIDS reference in the show so far.
Maybe that's a sign that AIDS is coming back.
Do you know how much weird shit you have pulled out of your ass on this show? And I would think that's the one that actually took me the most by surprise. Not just strangers die of AIDS.
I got a few other things though. That's not it. That's not all of it.
Sorry.
That's just $1. That was all $1 I paid for all that, even the AIDS poster. No, but I got this from Lady Fantastic had an auction, and I got it's a I would say above decent, higher mid-grade ish.
Is that official? What kind of a CGC grade is that? Above, kind of higher ish.
Above mid-grade, lower high grade, lower upper middle class.
Oh, that's cool.
But yeah, I didn't have that one.
So are you getting all this?
What's going to end up happening is since I've been waiting for Kachung to buy all my Captain Marvel, I'm just going to end up completing the whole run. And then have the whole run.
Are you collecting it now? Because it sure seems like you're getting a lot of that lately.
That's what it seems like. It keeps showing up. Where I got these from was it Instagrammer was having one of those Instagrammer. Shit, I can't remember now. I feel so bad. It'll come to me. But anyway, I bought these. They were $5 each, and this is Batman Wedding Geyer. I guess I paid.
It's the Kevin Smith one, right?
Yeah, Kevin Smith. And Walt Flanagan did the art on the interiors. And yeah, this is a Sienkiewicz Joker cover, which I don't think I even have any other Sienkiewicz Joker covers. I collect Joker covers and Sienkiewicz, so that's kind of like a double whammy. And then I got a couple J. Scott Campbell's. I got Black Panther #6. Those, her. And Danger Girl, well, Batman Danger Girl there's a one-shot. Danger Girl on it and Batman, and it's got a Batman crotch shot, and she's screaming. There's another Joker. So that was cool. But the pièce de résistance is this book here. I've been hunting one of these things, trying to get one for like everybody on eBay has them for like $40. I didn't want to pay $40 for it. I found this one for $16, shipped from the United Kingdom, and it ended up being like $30 and change altogether. And it's this X-Men #1 variant with X-23 doing that Spider-Man #1 homage. So I was pretty psyched to get that.
So you got it because it's the Spider-Man homage?
Well, I like X-23 a lot, and I collect homage covers, and so it fills 2 boxes in my collecting X-23 covers and homages. I have this idea one day to like frame a bunch of homages and put like the original in the center with all the homages of it all around them, and to do that in a bunch, like I am the AF-15 wall.
Yeah, the AF-15 wall is pretty sick.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
God, and there's so many more to get. It's ridiculous.
So Kachung is saying he will scrape up 5 Joker covers, swap you for 1 Captain Marvel.
They'd have to be some bangers or some hairy fandanglers.
Mostly hairy fandanglers, I think.
I don't even know what that means.
Oh, he'll show you.
We'll work it out. We can work it out. But that's it for me, big boy.
Hi.
Oh, my turn.
How are you? Well, I mean, you're the reason why everyone's here.
That's not true.
I mean, our audience has doubled since the last show. So it's got to be you.
That's not true. So I got some cool books the last few weeks. But I got a cool care package from someone I'm friends with on Instagram. His name is Nas Pacino. If you follow him on Instagram, or if you want to give him a follow, he posts a lot of cool comic book related stuff. But he sent me a little care package with like 5 books in it. So he sent me White Widow #1.
Oh, nice.
Cool little Absolute Comics book, shiny cover.
Wasn't that a top 10 book or something one time?
It probably was. He sent me this really cool 1 for 25 variant for Immortal Hulk #25 by Andrea Sorrentino.
That sounds fancy. Andrea Sorrentino.
There's a lot of fancy names in comic art nowadays.
Yeah, that's a fancy ass name.
Fisheye #1.
Nice.
This was a top 10 book. It's actually a pretty cool book. It's like cops, but like more brutal.
Yeah, that's sick.
Did somebody actually fisheye that poor guy?
You can't have a care package without some Chromium Valiant action.
I am so happy to say I've never owned that book before.
I'm so happy to say that I own 2 of them now.
I've had the opportunity to own a bunch of them and never pulled the trigger on it.
And then this one's really cool. This is Avengers. It's the first time Tony Stark has the Infinity Gauntlet.
Yeah.
Which was also like a top 10 book at some point, I think. So that was cool. He sent me kind of like a care package with just some cool stuff in it, and which was nice, a nice little surprise. And then I picked out a few books I pre-ordered that came in the mail, a few I won in auctions. I'm a big second print fan. I love second prints, so I picked up a second print of Dead Man Logan #1. It's the same as a regular cover. It's just black and white.
Okay.
And then I picked up a second print for Avengers #30 with the Star Brand baby.
Yeah, boy. What's happening? How are the chickens?
Everybody knows how I feel about Star Brand. So
was that his first appearance? Star Brand baby?
Star Brand baby. Yeah. I love this book. I pick it up anytime I see it cheap. I think it's one of my favorite Spider-Man covers. Web of Spider-Man #1.
Yep, I'm a big fan of that cover.
Yeah, it's just such a beautiful cover. And actually, if he's still in here, No Good Comics, his dad worked on this comic book.
Oh, word up. Yeah. Craig has a really nice copy of that too. He's like
Uncanny X-Men #168.
That's noted as being the issue where Kitty Pryde becomes a woman.
I got this in an auction from Lady Fantastic. This is one of the books that I got in the auction. I'm a big fan of these Christmas books.
Yeah.
So who doesn't like Santa on a Spider-Man cover holding a gun? It's perfect.
Santa smokes. He's going to be in trouble for the virus. Be careful, Santa.
I picked up a whole bunch of Thor books, some cheap Thor books
There
from the
you
dollar
go.
bins.
Now you're classing up the joint finally. Nice job.
Yeah, little Thor 364 first Throg.
Hey, I got the damn frog books. Where'd I get those from?
I wonder.
And I was the only one in that auction that night, so I got them real good price.
Thor number 382. I love this costume. I don't know why. It's so 90s. It hurts.
He should always be gold. That's all I can say to
that. 391. This is the first appearance of Eric Masterson, who becomes Thunderstrike. If you don't know Thunderstrike, you're missing out.
Thunderstrike is the bomb.
Oh,
I need that. You bastard. That's nice.
Is I think the second
out of the dollar bin?
No, not this one. This one costs like $15.
Damn.
No, the Thors I got out of the dollar bin.
That's weird. I got mine out of a dollar bin too.
And then here, let me. I got this Ryan Stegman variant for Thor number 4.
Nice.
That just came out. I got this second print of Star Wars Darth Vader number 1.
Sweet.
Which I thought was a pretty cool second print cover.
I don't get the whole Star Wars comic book stuff, but
Shut up.
I got this cool variant for Jenica number 1.
Yeah.
I like it because it's got the reflection of all the other turtles in her claws.
Yep.
It's a cool little cover.
I never seen that before.
And then my big purchase of the week was this I finally got. I've been trying to find one for a while at a good price. Zapp's had a bunch recently, but they were always in like the $60, $70, $80 range. And I paid less than half of that for this copy. So I was pretty happy to find it at that price.
I paid way less than that for mine.
Didn't I give you one for free?
Yes, you did.
Didn't I give you a Web of Spider-Man number 1 for free too?
I don't remember if you get that one for free. You've charged me a lot over the years too.
I know. I rip you off on all the Thor books and then give you the Spider-Mans for free.
No, he does this. It's
I
not
make you pay the garbage and then give you the good stuff. For free.
He's so good. Like, like we're brothers, right? We're so close. And he'll go like this. Hey, so I was at the store and I thought about having an auction today, and I just happened to have 50 Dr. Doom books. You're gonna be at the auction tonight? I'm like, you son of a bitch.
I've literally gone digging through the dollar bins just for Dr. Doom books so I can sell them to you.
All right. So speaking of another good friend who took advantage of me, you've seen him on this show. His name is Sasquatch. He decided to take advantage of me by showing me a lot of Kirby books and then saying, hey, you could grab some of these Kirby books. You just give me $5 and I'll reach into the box and I'll magically pull you one up. So the first pull he did, not Kirby. Walking Dead. 154, first appearance. I don't know. Some person, he said. I have never read a Walking Dead book in my life, so I do not know. Second grab was Giant Size Superman number 2. So far, not Kirby. He said, try one more time. I'm sure this time I'll grab a Kirby for you. And instead, he gave me his Man Thing. Number 6.
What number is it?
Number 6.
Well, I already have it, so I don't need it.
Then he said, well, how about this one more for good luck? And like a fool, I said, sure. Again, it's not Kirby. It's X-Men Red. So then finally, like an amazing good friend that he is, he says, you could just buy that Kirby from me. Bastard. So then I went ahead and bought the Kirby from him in the first place. So that is one of the books I got, which I'm very excited about.
It's a beautiful, beautiful Kirby book.
And then to be like the good old timey days, barbarian and back when we were young and we didn't have our own business and the virus wasn't trying to take it from me. I used to go on eBay and I'd go to the lowest price possible. And then I would wait on those ones that nobody else is bidding on. So a price of $8 shipped, I got Strange Tales 182. Very cool cover. And I got Strange Tales 181. And I got Strange Tales 183. And I needed all of them, so I figured can't go wrong with that. And that was
there a reason, like, is there a specific reason that you got those books?
Oh no, I just like
something that is like important to you.
I clicked Strange Tales ones, and I didn't have any of these, and nobody was bidding on it, and there was like 10 seconds to go, so I was like, yeah, I'll bid I think I had bid $2, and the rest of that was shipping, so I was like, yeah, why not? Why not bid $2 on 3 books that I need anyway? And they need to be changed, but I mean the books themselves are in really good shape. They just got to, they got the same plastic thing has been on for Lord knows how long, so it's all warped and
yellow.
Yeah, yellowed.
I really like it when I get old books, and then when I take them out of the bag looks like it's like fluorescent, like green. It almost looks like it was like exposed to radiation, and it glows. I really like that. I think it's neat, and I collect those.
Yeah, I do know that NYC. Yeah, I do know that the. Well, I didn't know. I knew Jim Starlin and Jack Kirby. I did not know about Gil Kane, but I didn't know about the other two. So, NYC would just like knocking the comic book knowledge off just by passing by the screen for 2 seconds.
I don't know if you saw NYC's video that he put up yesterday with his original art haul for the year so far, but it was insane.
Let me tell you something. I love NYC. Like, I wish he was the brother I never had, but sometimes I cannot watch his videos because the amount of hate that starts to bubble up and jealousy. The jealousy is just so like I get so happy for him because he's such a good guy, but then I'm just like, God damn, another one? Do you need another one? It's like watching the Amazon guy buy another Lamborghini or something. I'm just like, that's so awesome, but God Almighty, look at all of it.
Yeah, I was thinking about him today. I was looking up because that Tales of the Zombie #1 is on my list to get. It's like a magazine size Marvel book. And I'm looking through eBay trying to find people like selling nice ones for real cheap. And a thing comes up where it's 10 pages of the original art for it for like $4,600. But there's 10 pages. It's like one of the whole stories. And the first thought was like, this is something he would buy. Like, I could never afford that. But that's so awesome. Like, it's just crazy. $4,600.
If something happens where I have like more than $50 to spend on comics, I'm totally gonna ask NYC to go with me because I feel like he can give me some knowledge on some stuff like that.
Yeah, my limit is like the $30 John Beatty live sketches that he does. I think I'm getting a great deal.
Those are awesome though. The next time those come on, you need to send me a freaking link or something. That shit was really cool when you showed those.
Well, yeah, I sent a link to the club so everybody could go to it, and then you'd be able to follow it. But they come on, like they usually come on during the day when I'm asleep. This one just for some reason was on at night when I first caught it. And I had already subscribed to him because somebody else had sent me a link a while back to him. And yeah, it's cool. Like watching this dude, he's a freaking legend. Watching him sketch stuff right there and then ink it. And hell yeah, $30. I got 2 of them.
Anytime I watch like an actual like comic book artist, like it's the ones that everyone knows. Like I remember watching a couple YouTube videos with Jim Lee and just watching him like doodle. And I when I get bored, I draw, not on that level clearly, but and just watching, I don't know what the hell he's doing. I'm like, what is he doing? And then somebody's talking to him. He's like, oh, if you want to draw a nose, this is what you do. And it's like all these random shapes. And the last second, he'll like shade one part in. I'm like, oh my God, that's like the greatest nose I've ever seen. I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah. Yeah, it blew my mind. Like when you watch them do like, what is it called? When you get it with a signature remark, like if you ask like somebody like Todd McFarlane, hey, can you do a Spider-Man remark? The dude whips it out like a freaking street graffiti artist does his tag. Like he throws it out there where like stuff doesn't make any sense until he puts that last line in. That's just like circles it all around. You're like, holy shit! They do it so much. It's just crazy.
Eventually, our Chinese overlords will make sure that we get to have another Comic Con. Come on.
There's never going to be another Comic Con again. The Symbiote Comic Club made it to the last Comic Con ever.
We shut it down.
Yeah. Save those programs because they're going to be worth a ton of money someday. Historic value.
Pretty like
less though because they're signed by all of us.
That's okay.
Issues
writing on cover and marker, and we'll get them all graded.
Issue's daughter is going to sit around with her kids, and they're going to say, "Let me tell you the story of when your grandfather went to a thing called a con, and there were all these people mixed together." What? How did he survive that? Well, that's cool. So I think I'm pretty happy. I would like to get that Star Wars book off Issues, but other than that, I think pretty good. I'm very happy with these two, the Voodoo, and obviously this one. This is a all-time good one. But
is that Brother Voodoo? Is that like his third appearance?
I think so. Actually, I'm not 100%.
What number is it?
171.
Yeah, it has to be because 169 is his first appearance.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I don't know because I don't know if he showed up anywhere else, but I know I liked all those books in that little run, and that was the only one that wasn't like, more than 40 or something. So I was like, oh, because it was like I was ordering something for the first time off of my comic shop, and I got 2 new books, and I actually have to pay for shipping now because I don't have a pool with them. It's the first time I've done it, so I was like, well, I'm not gonna pay all that for that. So I just went and looked up, and I was like, oh, that's pretty good. So that's what I did. It's really cool,
though. Does the comic shop have like really old comics on there too, like early Spider-Man stuff?
Yeah.
Most of that stuff. I mean, they do, but most of that stuff's going to be in their auctions and stuff too, because they have like high-end.
They sell like consignment stuff too.
Yeah, they do that too.
Okay, I've never really looked on there, so I was wondering if they had like pre-priced, like lower grade stuff.
And I'll tell you another thing. If you look, you have to constantly look because it's also, if they sell it on consignment, it's kind of whatever the person that wants to sell it sells it for. So sometimes the prices are all weird until I realize what that was. Because sometimes, like when I was looking at like, I don't know, Spider-Man 252, there would be like 100, and then one would be randomly like 70, and then 100, 120. And I'm like, why is that 170? So at first I was kind of staying away from it, and then I would realize, 20 minutes later it'd be sold. And that's when I was starting to realize, because I mean, sometimes it'd be CGC graded, not just like randomly. So it's not, and it's because that one was like assignment one, and that's what that guy said he wanted for it. It was like 70 or whatever. So sometimes they do that too. So I'm like, I use my comic shop these days just to kind of see if there's something on eBay and I don't know if it's a good price. Then sometimes I'll go on there because if I can buy it anytime for like $1 more on my comic shop, then I'm going to assume that's not a great price. Because if I can buy it from them for the same price, then why would I take a chance on somebody on eBay? So
yeah, and that it's going to get shipped to you good by those guys.
The only thing I hate about my comic shop, the stickers that they put on the bag.
Oh my god, dude! Don't even get me started because it's basically just wasting the goddamn bag. I can't stand these stickers. Look at that.
You can't get those stickers off. They don't peel off.
I mean, if I got the Zippo fuel like Barbarian, maybe, but Jesus, that's just annoying.
Because I don't think it works on bags though.
Oh, it's horrible. You can't get them off. I tried a razor blade. You can't get that shit off. It's just
you just have to get a new bag.
That shop that I went to in Nashville called McKay's, they do that same thing. Like they put these. This is just here. I peeled a bunch of them off. I was gonna say it's the same thing, like same idea, but they like the same big ass stickers, but they peel off real easy on theirs. So that's that shop. Like consciously being like, I'm gonna make it to where it comes off easy. Those same stickers, they put them right on the quarter books and the 50-cent books. They're not bagged or boarded. They put them right on top of there, but they still peel right off like it's nothing.
These books I got from Walmart, so I get you that one Barbarian. These are the kind of books that go into those my comic shop bags. So a lot of the books I either don't care about or like $1. If I do put them in a bag, it's because it'll say like, I don't know, like Venom #3, and I had stuck it in that because I I don't actually want it to be on my Venom book, so it'll never like actually match the book that it's in.
Yeah, that's annoying. I would end up just throwing them away because I couldn't stand it on anything.
Well, I don't have.
I have some like I threw away when I bought those Spider-Man books at the con. Like these are both Mylars that they came in, but they put these freaking stickers on there that won't peel off. Like I tried peeling them off and they won't come off. So it's like wasting Mylars because you want to put a price tag on it.
Well, I don't have the OCD disease, so it doesn't bother me if they don't match.
OCD is bad.
Yeah, trust me. What makes my wife honestly one of the best doctors I've ever met in my life is because she has to have one of the top 5 clinical OCDs in the world. I never seen anything like it. But it makes her an amazing doctor because she'll sit up all night long because in her head it's like, if I don't find this, something bad. So she'll find, like I remember when she was in rotations or whatever, and they had to come up with like your final year, and it had to be something that you can present to be a doctor. It has to be something that's not boring. And she was able to pick from like 2 or 3 things that she found that might take a doctor their whole lifetime to find. It's like one, literally like 1 in a million people have it. And she found like 3 at the free clinics. 1 is at the free clinics. So probably more likely that happened there. And then 3 is because like she starts at the worst case scenario and then works her way down because she got the OCD. So she's like, maybe it's, I don't know, herpes simplex 10 or something. And then she works her way down from that. That's a Beverly Hills reference. Don't worry about it. Beverly Hills Cop reference. Half-price books stickers are the worst, I will admit. And your boy, no matter how many times you bring up heavy metal, we're not going to fucking talk about heavy metal. Jesus Christ.
There's no half-price books by me. The closest one is like a 5-hour drive.
Yeah, there's not one near me either. I think there's something called oh shit, what was it called? I can't remember now. But it's kind of like that. It's the same principle where they take in used stuff and sell like comics and books and records and all that stuff.
Half-price books is like, I don't know. I mean, I've never really found anything awesome. I mean, I have, but that was like in their, they have a, so basically what they have, because NYCC doesn't really know, but it's like, they have, usually like it's wood. I don't know. It's like 5 feet, 6 feet long, I guess, depending on it. And they just have all those books shoved in there, and half of them aren't in bags, half of them are. And it could be anything. Mostly it's 90s books, and then you just have to dig through there, and you can find stuff in there. But I think the vast majority of people know about half-price books. And then they have like a jeweler's case where it's a locked box, and that's when they have all the stuff in there. And that's where you would actually find the deals, because a lot of people don't want to go in there because that's usually $5, $10, $20, $100 books. But they're, they used to be like 3 times more expensive than that. So if you didn't mind paying $50 for a book, but usually people go to half-price books, they only want to pay $1 or half or whatever. But now I feel like half-price books is wised up to that, because every time I go digging through that jewelry box thing, those books are pretty much right on the numbers. And then some of the problems.
Second and Charles, that's the name of the place I was trying to think of.
Somebody else mentioned Second and Charles before, so that must be kind of a national thing too.
I know they go up the East Coast. I don't know about the rest of the country, but those dudes, that show we were talking about it last week, got Comic Trips. Those guys used to go to Second and Charles all the time on their show. That's where I first heard it from. Then I was like, "Hey, we got one of those here." I didn't know that.
I figured you guys would have a high-price book. You're not that far from us.
I don't know. I've never been to one. Mo might know if there's one around here, but I've never been to one.
So issues, if your comic book store shuts down, comic book store shuts down, are you going to go on the interweb?
I'm just gonna break in.
Just break in. Well, there you go. Yeah. That's one way to do it.
No, I'm gonna have to, and I don't know. I mean, I assume that like the big online chains will stay open.
Oh yeah, I would imagine.
But they may sell out of books. I mean, that's the one bright side of having a local comic shop, is that my shop always has books. So I don't know.
I mean, to say that, yeah, they definitely do, and they definitely will now that people are mostly doing that. But I mean, you just have to you can do a pull list with them too.
I mean, Zap is a big shop. They have a lot of customers. I can't see them shutting down unless the state makes them, and then I could see them definitely doing some sort of like drive up, buy your books type of thing.
Yeah.
You know, or mailing books out to people. I mean, they'd have to do something because they can't afford to. Who can afford to shut down their whole business?
Not this guy.
Yeah, especially a small business owner. I mean, just like
Not this guy.
There ain't a comic shop on the planet, I don't think, that's so big that they can afford to just shut it down. We're not going to sell any more books for a little while.
Unless the publishers stop printing comics, then the stores are not going to close.
Yeah.
Like if DC and Marvel turned around and said, we're not going to print any new comics until like this pandemic is over, then maybe comic stores would think about closing their doors because there would be no new comic book day.
I don't know. I hope they wouldn't do that just because that probably would be the end of things, I would think, for a lot of the industry if they just stopped. Because I don't know. I think once people, I know a lot of people do it because they want to support the local, absolutely. But I mean, it is really easy to go on my comic shop, and for $5, you can have as many books shipped to you. They do come bag and board. I mean, even with a sticker, that's a pretty big convenience compared to, and then you also get a pretty hefty discount if you have a pool. So I was paying like $3 something per book with bag and board, and they were shipped to me. Technically just board because the bag sucks, but still. So I'm a little concerned about that.
So I mean, it's that perfect time to get a pull list then, because I just started my pull list like 2 weeks ago at the shop that I go to. When I asked them about it, they were like, "Are you serious? I'm like, are you fucking with me right now?" It's like, no, I really want to. Like, I'm tired of missing stuff.
But I feel like half the fun sometimes is walking around and seeing what's on the wall. So maybe, you might be able to make a pull list where you say, okay, I'm definitely going to get Spider-Man every time it comes out. I'm definitely going to get Batman every time it comes out. But there's so many miniseries and cool books that come out that you're not necessarily going to have on your pull list.
Yep.
So
that's exactly what it is too. Like I put on all the titles that I actually read, but I don't want to miss anything out on. And then like Amazing Spider-Man, which I don't read because it hasn't been good in forever, but OCD, so I gotta keep buying it. And everything else, but yeah, like I'll go into the shop. Last week was the first week they actually walked up and like handed me books. Here, these were on your list. I was like, dang, that was fast. It was only a week. And then I walked around and bought a whole bunch of stuff off the wall that I didn't know was going to be there.
See, I had to just not do it at all. Like I have to seriously not. I have to make myself, because I don't have a store, like I've said many times, I can drive to. So that helps, because when I have drove to the store, I walked out with so much more than I wanted to, obviously, like you just do. Because when you see them live, those covers look really freaking cool. And on internet, you're kind of like, I don't know. But like I had to stop doing it altogether and make myself go online, because when I go online, pick the books, do the checkout, see the money, and then have to hit like PayPal, it's that extra step that I don't need those books, and I go off. Because whenever I was doing pulls or whatever, it was just like right now I like Star Wars a lot. So in the comic books are canon. So that's really fucking annoying because they keep making more stories and more stories. And in my head, I'm thinking, well, like, the Kylo Ren, like that's a even though I cannot stand Kylo Ren and that whole part of Star Wars, I have a disease, so I have to feed it. I have a lot of the Star Wars books, and there's one particular author, I'm not gonna go into all that, but he literally does not like his fans, and he kind of says it, and he kind of writes like it. And I've bought every one of that jackass's books because, again, I have a problem. And half-price books is good for that kind of stuff, though, because at least I feel like I'm not giving him the money. I'm giving half-price books who got it from somebody else's money.
Somebody that's writing right now?
Yeah, like he's the main writer of Star Wars for a while. He's kind of...
And he was that Charles Soule?
I can't... Well, yeah, but no, he's one of them. But no, I can't remember that guy's name now. But he writes a lot of them. He wrote all the... shit. It was like a 3-part series thing. He's like one of those ones that when something happens on Instagram, like his book doesn't do sales right, and somebody kind of makes fun of him, then he's like, "Oh, this demographic here is the reason why the world sucks." You're like, "All right." maybe your book just wasn't very good this time around. Dude.
Like, how are you gonna hate on the people that are supporting you and like purposely write shit to piss them off?
Well, I mean, at the same time, I kind of understand because they are human and people are they're savages online. People say some stupid stuff, so I can see why people kind of lose their shit sometimes.
Especially Star Wars fans. Star Wars people say the craziest stuff. I mean, they're just brutal.
Well, yeah, but sometimes those Star Wars creators also antagonize the shit out of Star Wars fans, so that happens sometimes too. They're very easily triggered, Star Wars fans. I will totally admit to that. Like, I'll have my mother-in-law was talking to me because they go watch all those. I don't know why, but they go watch like everything. They go watch all the Marvels. They go watch all the all the Supermans, kind of anything that's like culturally relevant. They'll go watch it. And she was trying to talk to me about Star Wars. And I was seriously asking her to stop talking to me because I didn't want to discuss that fucking movie. And she was very confused because she doesn't have a big Star Wars fan. I'm like,
I haven't seen the new one. Not yet.
Yeah, it came out on Blu-ray and I haven't purchased it. That should tell you something. But I actually like the I got back into comic books because it was like Darth Vader, and then it was Admiral Thrawn. The Thrawn books are really, really freaking good, and that's when I got back into it. There was those two, the Venom, and then obviously the Batman Who Laughs. Those are the books.
There's some of those Thrawn books at the in the dollar boxes at my store.
It's a really good. I mean, you have to like Star Wars, but it's a really, really good story. It's really well written. I really like.
Who that is.
He was in like it was before I was a Star Wars fan because I actually haven't been a Star Wars fan very long. I was a Star Wars fan because my son, when he was like 4, wouldn't talk to me or anything to do with me, and then he liked Star Wars, so I started liking Star Wars and we kind of connected with that. But he's a blue, I forgot his species, but he's blue, and you know most of the I know Issues is loving this conversation right now. And
I've been enthralled.
Yeah,
I'm enthralled.
That's totally why I keep making you
go. Most of the empire is kind of like built on like German Nazis, so they're mostly humans. And this guy is blue, so he's an alien, but he's like a tactical genius. He kind of saved half of the empire and hid them, and almost took over the whole thing. So I guess he was like some kind of super. A lot of the fans really liked him, so that was they wrote that comic book to get him.
So what's the Empire?
Huh? Dude, you think it's funny, but I'll keep going just to watch his fucking head explode. Like I can see it right now. He was like this, and as I talked, the more it was like clenching up. His fists, his knuckles were getting wide. Did you see it? We could have a full on. I'll invite Comic Books NYC, and we'll really start giving you the history of.
I'll take a nap. I got a pillow right here.
We'll turn this into the history of Star Wars.
You kind of look like Darth Vader with that on, with the pointy above your head.
Well, do you have anything else to show? Is that it, Barbarian? You have anything else?
Anybody that wants to send a super chat, right here's the super chat address, raffles.ch@gmail.com, and it will go. All funding will go to making the Hunters a better program for everyone. You know what? My wife just got a brand new laptop.
How'd that happen without you knowing about it?
Came home from work this morning and brand new laptop on the couch. I'm like, is this for me? I love you. Nope, not for me. This guy doesn't get a laptop.
Holy crap, I got a new subscriber, and his name is Gomez Comic Collector. Gomez. Like a year to sub to me. Well, awesome. Thank you, Issues, for joining us. It was awesome.
Thanks for having me.
He stayed awake the whole time. That was more than last time he was with us. Last time he literally did fall asleep in the middle. And then pretended his internet went off. Do you remember that? I remember it.
Yeah.
He's like,
then I just clicked off because I was too tired.
Well, all right. Thanks for joining us, guys. We'll see you next Monday for All Still Alive.
Bye. Bye-bye.